Hi guys, in this tutorial we will be building a REST API in Flask and MongoDB using the module which is Flask-PyMongo. So basically this is the Postman. Let me just show you how to test the API that we will be building. I am using a tool called as Postman. So I have created this project in Flask here. So my server is running on port 5000. So let me just write a simple GET request. So here you will just choose a GET request, and I will be making a GET request to HTTP localhost colon 5000, and my GET route is /users. So this will display all the users which are stored inside the MongoDB database. So this is my database, guys. This is the community edition which of MongoDB I have successfully installed onto my computer, and there is a collection out there which is user, and a single user is present out there. You can see that. And now if I make the GET request, this will display all the users. So if I just send this request, so this will display the user which is stored inside the, you can see that the ID is coming here, name you can see that John2, email is also present, john2@email.com, and we are hashing the password, guys, using the module called as bcrypt. So basically this is my password stored inside hashes. And now if I just wanted to update this entry, I can just copy the ID here of the user. So just copy the ID here and make a new request. So here I will make a new request, HTTP localhost port number is 5000 /update/ followed by the ID. And here you just need to select the put request, and in the body select raw here, and after that select JSON, and you just need to make a JSON request here. Just write some JSON here. We will be passing the name field also. Let's suppose I want to update to John3 comma followed by the email also. Let's suppose john3@email.com, and lastly the password, so pwd, and this will be, let's suppose John3, that's it, John23. And now if I just send this request, you will see that I will be getting a response that the user updated successfully. And now if I just refresh the my application, you will see that, guys, in the database also these entries are being updated, john3@email.com, and the password is also updated. And now if I wanted to delete an entry by its ID, I can just change this route to delete and followed by the ID. We just need to pass the ID also in this manner, and just change this request to delete. That's it. And now if I send the request, it will tell me that user deleted successfully. You can see that. And now just I refresh the you can see that if I refresh it, you will see that the user is deleted. And now if I just wanted to make a new user, I will be posting it. I will make a new post request, and then I will be making this route /add. And here again I just want to make a new request, so inside this I will paste my URL and select here post. So this will create a new user. So in the body select again raw here, and here again select JSON, and here you just need to make a new user. So I will be selecting a name property. Let's suppose this time I pass Hardy, and the email property I will select as let's suppose hardy@gmail.com, and lastly the password, guys, pwd, and let's suppose Hardy. I have selected the password, and if I just send this request, it will create my user here. You will see that user added successfully. And now if I just refreshed my MongoDB, you will see that one user has been added with the object ID, name, email, and password. And lastly, guys, if I wanted to get a single user by its ID here, I can also make that. So just make a GET request here. So I will simply make a GET request here, HTTP localhost 5000 /user, and then I just need to pass the ID. So here I will just copy paste the ID here. Let's suppose this is my ID here. So I can just copy this ID and paste it inside my request. So here I will copy paste the ID and get a get request. So this will return the specific details about that user. You can see that guys, it has returned the ID, name, email and password. So in this manner we have created a REST API which includes creation of the user, updation, deletion and getting details of a specific user. So in this tutorial we will be making this REST API from scratch. So let's get started by building this application. So now to get started guys, by building this application, I will be creating a new folder inside my desktop directory. So cd desktop, and inside this I will be making a new directory. Let's suppose Flask CRUD app. You can name it anything of your choice. So inside this directory, first of all guys, you should be having Python installed onto your computer. I will not be guiding on that purpose. And also you should be installing Flask. It is very simple. Just write this command pip install Flask. So this will install Flask onto your machine. I have already installed that. So basically pip is kind of a dependency manager for Python. It installs dependencies. So after installing pip, you just need to open your folder inside Visual Studio Code. So here we will be making a simple app.py file which will initialize our application. A single file is needed for this application. Apart from that guys, two other dependencies are needed here. First dependency is obvious. You just need to install Flask_PyMongo. So this is the dependency which will be needed in order to interact with our MongoDB database. So basically just install this. I have already installed this. And also the second dependency guys is bcrypt. So just write here bcrypt. So this will hash our password. So when we submit our password, so this will convert our password to hash here. So just install these two dependencies and we are done with the installing dependencies, and we will be making our application. Now guys, inside our directory here, just create a new file which is app.py, and inside this file first of all we will be importing Flask. So from Flask we will be importing the Flask library here. So after that we will be importing some other dependency which is from Flask-PyMongo. So this is a library we have installed here. To interact with the MongoDB, we will be importing this PyMongo. And thirdly, we will also be importing the BSON library in order to convert BSON into JSON. So this is kind of a util library here. We just need to import it. So from it, we just need to import dumps. And also we just need to import from bson.objectID. And we just need to import object ID. So this library will be useful in order to generate random strings that will be our ID for our records here. So you can see that these IDs that are generated here, this is all being generated with this library, that is bson.objectID. After that we just need to import some other dependency which is from Flask. We want to import JSONify. So this will convert our bson into JSON here with this help of library jsPDF. And also we will be importing the request module which will be able to make the request to the server. And after that guys, we just need to import some hashing libraries. So this is the hashing library, WERK ZEUG. So this is a library guys, dot security. And from that we just need to import first is generate password hash comma check password hash. So from the name itself, first library will be generating the hashes of the password, and the second library will be checking the password hash. So whenever we are comparing the two hashes. So these are the library guys that we have imported here. Now we will be initializing our Flask app. So app is equal to Flask. So inside this I will pass this name here. So this is a standard way in order to declare any kind of Flask application. And after that we will be setting a secret key, app.secret.key, and here you can just type any value. I will be writing secret key. After that we just need to configure it some options here, which is Mongo URI. So this is the URL to your database. So this needs to go inside this square brackets, not parentheses. So square brackets. So here we will write here Mongo URI, and this will be equal to the actual URL of your database. So in my case guys, I have created the database here you can see that this is my URL. I have created this users database. So my URL will be MongoDB : / localhost : 27017. So basically this is the port number on which MongoDB runs. So this will be same for you also, slash, and this value may differ. If you have a different database name, I have this database name which is users, so I will write this name. That's it. Now after configuring our database, now we just need to write here declare a variable of Mongo, and we will be initializing our app by passing PyMongo and initializing the app variable, passing the app variable. That's it. So this will connect our MongoDB database with our PyMongo library. That's it. And now after that, guys, we just need to run our app. So for that we will just write app.run. Oh sorry, first of all we will make this condition, which is if name is equal to main. So if it is that, just write a colon here, and now we just need to run a simple function app.run, and also inside this pass this debug.true property, guys. So this will automatically restart your application if you make any kind of changes. So now if I just press this button here, you can either run a command here, python app.py, in order to run your application, or I will be using this tool here which is present inside Visual Studio Code, and I will hit this button. So this will start my server here. So you can see that it will start my server. Let me just see, it is starting here. So it is saying that app.secretKey Flask object has no attribute secret. Let me just see, guys. What is the problem here? Oh sorry guys, this needs to be underscore, not dot here. So that was a problem which was coming. So if you again run the application, you will see that, guys, it is starting my server on port 5000. So now if I open this on localhost, if I type here localhost 5000, so now guys you will see this 404 error because we haven't added any route here onto my application. So just go to it, and we will now be making a post request in order to insert a new entry inside our MongoDB database. So for that we just need to write here @app.route, and inside this we will be making a post request to this route, which is /add. So here we will be providing a methods property. So methods is equal to, inside we will write here post, in single quotes, post. So this will be a post method. So now in order to define this, we will write a simple function inside this def, and we will be adding a user. So add user here. So inside this method, first of all we will convert all the JSON which is coming here, and we will be storing inside this JSON variable. So this we can easily get by calling the request module request.json, and after that we will be getting the first of all the name of the user by this JSON. So inside this square brackets we will write the property name, which is name, and similarly we will get the email also. So email, and lastly we will be getting the password, so pwd JSON. So inside we will route pwd. That's it. And now we just need to validate these values here. So for validating we will be making a simple if condition here. So if name and email and pwd. So this means that all these values are being entered or not. So this is a AND condition here, you will see that. So if all these values are correct and they have been entered by the user, then, and also we want to check the method if it is a post method. So by in this manner we can just check request.method, and we can just make this as a post. If it is a post method, then we just need to make the post operation here. We just need to insert entries here. So first of all, we will be converting our password into hash password. So we will be storing this inside this variable hashed password. So for generating our password in hashes, so we will be calling this method generate password hash. So inside this method we will pass our password, which is the password that we have configured inside this variable. So just change this variable to password, and also here also make this change, and we will pass this variable password here. And after doing this, we just need to save our details into the database. So we will be generating the random ID here. So this will be this ID here, guys. We are generating here. This is the object ID which will be unique for every record. This is kind of a primary key. So in order to generate this, we will call a simple function mongo.db followed by the collection name. So in my case, this is user. So if you have named your table or other name, you can just pass this name here. So mongodb.table name. So in my case, this is user. So here I will insert the entry here, dot insert. So inside this, it will take an object inside double curly brackets. So first of all, I will be having a name entry. Name is equal to colon, the past name, which is underscore name, put a comma, and similarly I will be initializing my email field. So this will be underscore email, and we have the password field also. So this will be pwd. I will declare as pwd. So just here inside single quotes pwd, and we will be initializing it to the hashed password that we have. This is a hashed password. That's it. So now we have successfully inserted these details and generated an ID, and now we just need to make a response variable here, response, and here we just need to use our jsNify module. So inside this we will pass a message to the user that user added successfully. So you can just pass any message of your choice, and after that we will also be setting the status code. You can set this status code to 200, so 200 for success. And now we just need to return this response variable. That's it. And also we just need to write a else block also. So if the details are not being entered by the user, all the details, that is name, email, password, so in the else case we just need to return a error. So inside this we will just return a function which is not found. So we will create this function, guys. So right here we will be creating this function. So just at the bottom we will be creating this error. So just write @app dot error handler. So here we will pass 404. So inside this we will declare our function which is not found. So we will declare this function, and also inside parentheses we will pass the error also. So error is equal to none. So just pass this, and now we just need to declare a simple message to the user, message, and inside this we will pass the status code which is 404, and apart from that we also pass the message. So you can just type any message of your choice that is not found, and also you can just concatenate the request URL. That's it. And also lastly we just need to convert this into a jsNify. So just create a response variable and we will call jsNify and pass this message variable to it, and also set the status code to 404, and then lastly we will return this response. That's it. And now our post request is completed, guys. So now if I refresh the application, I think that it automatically refreshes. So because we have passed this debug.true here, you can see that it is automatically restarted our application. And now if I go to Postman and make a post request here, and here we will /add here. This is my route here, guys. So you can see that if I check here, this is my route /add. So this is a post request. So here we just need to add our user here. So here I will select, let me just copy this and make a new request here. So just change this to post here, guys. So here in the body we will select here raw. So inside this we will select JSON, and inside this JSON, guys, we will be writing our name here, which is name. Let's suppose I write John, and email, let me just provide as john@email.com. and lastly our password. So pwd, let me choose a password as something random string. And now if I just pass this value, send this request, and hopefully it will be making a request. The requested URL was not found on the server. Now guys, if I make this post request here, if I send this request, you will be getting an error here. This error, you can see that the requested URL was not found on the server. So we have made a mistake here inside our app.py file here. So we just need to copy paste this code here, and we just need to delete from here, and we just need to paste it before this line, that is if name is equal to main here. So this line should go last here in our inside our app. So just paste this code right before this line here, and now we just need to restart our server. So right here we Control C just in order to stop the server, Control C, and then you can just restart your server. So this will restart the server again. And now if I go back to Postman here, and if I make this request, hopefully this, you will see that, guys, user added successfully. And now if I refresh my database, one entry will be added here. You can see that name is equal to John, email john@gmail.com, and the password is stored in hashes here. You can see that by the help of bcred module. So now we are making a successful post request. Now guys, if I wanted to display all the users, I will be making another route here, app.route. So inside this we will be making this URL, that is /users. So if you go to this URL, it will display all the users which are currently there in the database. So inside this we just need to define a function here, so def. So we will be executing this function users. So inside this we will be using a simple method of MongoDB. First of all, we will be declaring this variable. Inside this we will pass mongo.db. This is the collection name, which is user, and we will use the find method in order to find all the users. And then we will be declaring this response variable and using the dumps method and pass this users here. That's it. And now we just need to return the response. That's it. So this is our users route. Now if I go back to Postman here and make this get request, if I type here http localhost, and if I hit this route, that is /users, make a get request, it will display all the users which are there inside the database. So it is saying that could not get any response here because I haven't restarted the server. So you just need to restart the server. And now if I send this request, you will be seeing that, guys, only one user is present inside the database right now. So it is displaying this information. This is the ID of the user, name, email, and password. And now in this way we are passing, we are displaying all the users. And now in order to get the specific user, let's suppose I wanted to pass this ID here, /ID here. So in order to make this route, we will be making this route right here at the bottom here. Just after this, make another route here to display the information about this specific user. So here we will just pass /users, and after that we will pass the ID of the user. So for that, receiving that dynamic variable, we will use the angular bracket and write here ID, and we will close that. So here we will be receiving this dynamic ID variable that we will pass in the URL. And now we just need to declare a simple function which is user. Inside this I will pass this id variable colon, and inside this we just need to make a user variable, and then we will be using mongodb.user.find1, and here we will pass our id, which was id is equal to object id, and here we will pass our id. That's it. This id is this I is small, guys, or it is capital. So just make it as capital I here, object id, and we are passing the id here. And then we just need to declare the response variable and use the dumps method and pass this user and return the response. That's it. And now just add a p here. That's it. And now if I just restart the server, so it is restarting here, you can see that. And now if I make a get request to this route, that I am just make this as user, so /user, and we are passing the id of this, so it will display the detail. Same here. So let me just make a get request. You can see that it is saying that not found, status 404. Let me just see. This was the error, guys. You can see that just make it as user, not users. So this was the error in the URL. And now if I just pass this request once again, make this get request, so it will display the value here. You can see that it will display the specific detail about a specific user which has the id of this. So now we are displaying the successfully the details here. And now let me just write a route which will delete the user. So just right after this we will define the route, which will be app.route. So we will be /delete. So after that we will again pass this dynamic id variable. We will be deleting users by its id. So inside this we will also mention methods. So inside this square brackets we will write here delete. So inside this we will define a method which is delete user, and we will pass the id to it. And now we will use a simple method of MongoDB, mongo.db.user, which is the collection name, and we will use this method which is delete1, and we will pass the id into it. So inside single quotes I will pass the id. So id is equal to object id, and object id, and here we will pass our id that we are receiving here in this method id. And after that, after deleting it, we want to just send a response to the user that the record has been deleted. So you will use this jsonify method here. So inside this you will pass a message to the user, that is the user deleted successfully. You can pass any message of your choice. And also we will be passing a status code of 200, and lastly we will return this response. So this is the route for deleting the user. So now if I refresh the application and instead of user I type here delete and make a get request, or just change this get to delete here. So we are making a delete request to this route, and if I send this, I forgot to just refresh the application. So right here, just control C, just restart it. So just restart the application and then make this request. So you will see that, guys, it has passed a message that user deleted successfully. So now if I check the MongoDB database and if I refresh the records here, now guys, you will see that this entry is not deleted because we have made a very simple mistake in our app.py file. We forgot to add this underscore symbol. So just add this inside delete request, this underscore symbol, underscore ID, and then restart your server. And then if you make this request, pass the ID of the record that you want to delete. If you send this request, you will get this response, user deleted successfully. And now if I refresh the application, I just want to pass this ID. So I think that this was the previous ID that I passed. So here you just need to copy paste this ID and send this. Oh, sorry guys, I need to only paste the ID here, not the name. So just select this ID here from here and so copy it, and if you paste it inside your postman here and send this request, you will see that user deleted successfully. So now if I refresh the database, you will see that the entry is deleted. So now the last entry which is there is the update operation. If you want to update the entry, you will be making a put request. So now guys, we will be writing our last operation, which is the update operation. So for that we will be writing our route inside this. So this will be /update and / the ID that you want to pass here of the record. So this will be the dynamic variable, and comma, here we will be specifying the method. This time the method will be put, and inside this we will define the method which is update user, and we will pass the ID of the user that you want to update. So inside this method, first of all we will get the ID and we will store it inside this ID variable, and then we will get the JSON which is passed by this request.json, and then we can just get the name of the user by JSON. Inside this there is a name property, and similarly we can get the email also, JSON email, and lastly we can just get the password as well. JSON pwd. And now after getting all these values, we just need to validate that these entries contain a value or not. So we will get a if condition here. So if name and email and password, and we will also check for the ID as well. So if all these values are present and also the request dot method is put, we will check for the method as well. So if it is a update operation, we just need to execute our first of all we just need to convert our password into hash. So for that we will create a new variable of hashed password. Inside this we will use this method which is generate password hash, and here we will pass our password. So this will contain this will just convert the password into hash. And now after converting that, we just need to update and just copy paste this code here guys. So this will actually do the update process for us. So here we are just checking for the ID here. So ID is the primary key, it is a unique key which is assigned to every record. Now we are just checking for this ID if it is present, and then we are setting these values which are passed by the user. So this will actually update the user. You can just pause the video or just write this code here. So after this we just need to send out a response to the user that the entries have been updated. So for that we can just use a JSONify method. So inside this we can just pass a message that is user updated successfully, and also we can just set a status code of 200, and then we can just return this response. And we can just also send out a 404 error also in the else block. If the operation is not successful, then we can just call this function that is not found. So this error handler. So just put a colon here also. So this was the error. So now if you just restart your server, so now it will restart, and now we just need to make a simple put request. So here in the postman, select here put, and after that make a update request. So you just need to copy paste the ID here. So I will just copy paste the ID here of the record. So just paste this URL here and change this to put, and in the body you just need to provide the new values. So in select here raw, and inside this select JSON, So here you just need to provide the new values. So let me provide a name value as John2. Let me also provide an email, let's suppose john2@gmail.com, and the password, let me choose a random one. And if I click the send here, sorry guys, you can see that we have made a mistake here, so just put a underscore here before JSON here, and then you just need to restart your server once again. And now if I make this request once again, select here put, and then /update, just need to pass the body as well, so select here raw. So pass the values here, email also, and the password as well. So guys, here you can see that we are missing this P here, so just add this P here, and after that you just need to refresh your browser, refresh the application. You just need to just stop it and again run this. And now if you go back to Postman and send this request, you will get a message that the user updated successfully. You will see that. So now in this application, we have made a CRUD application, CRUD REST API in Flask and MongoDB. So thanks very much for watching this video.